At a press conference on February 22, 2021, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Affairs of the Communist Party of China, Tang Renjian, stated that the demand for food supply will continue to grow rigidly, and the issue of food security has to be taken very seriously. Tang saying the food supply demand, quote, grows rigidly, can be interpreted as saying the demand for food will definitely increase. In China, the responsibility of food security falls on both the party and the government. On February 21, 2021, the CCP, or Chinese Communist Party, released a document stating that any problem related to the agricultural infrastructure or to the food supply and important agricultural products is to be solved by 2025. For the first time, both governor and party secretary are required to be responsible for the food supply equally. 2 months into the year of the ox, per the Chinese lunar calendar, the CCP has been continuously raising the issue of food security. This has raised a question among citizens as to whether a food crisis has already emerged in China. Xi Jinping put forward a number of requirements for food security at the Rural Work Conference on December 29, 2020. On November 17, 2020, the General Office of the State Council of the CCP issued a document banning the conversion of agricultural land for other uses, also banning the conversion of agricultural land from growing rice, wheat, and other grains to growing vegetables, cotton, and other economic crops. Chinese media stated that due to last year's pandemic, the trade and supply chain of staple agricultural products such as grains were impacted. This led to the uncertainty of supply from the international market. It may threaten China's food stability if the situation worsens. A shortage of farmable land in China already poses difficulty in feeding its 1.4 billion people. One of the traits of the CCP is to boast something when it is in need. When the party is constantly emphasizing food security issues, it is likely that the food issue has already emerged. Reuters reported on February 22, 2021, that China had switched its barley imports from Australia to Argentina after China imposed an 80.5% import tariff on Australian barley. Argentina's barley exports to China are likely to hit a record of 1 million tons this year. According to the export declaration from the Ministry of Agriculture of Argentina, 1.1 million tons of barley have been exported so far, stating almost all of them are sold to China. In early December of 2020, China officially purchased 100,000 tons of rice from India, even when China was still in the middle of the China-Indian border conflict. Indian food officials confirmed that this is the first time in nearly 30 years that China imported rice from India. The statistics from the Ministry of Commerce of China showed that the import of other agricultural products including soybeans, sorghum, beef, pork, and sugar was dramatically increased by several times. The CCP has often denied any food crisis in China, and has said to its citizens that there will be no food shortages and asked its citizens not to store food. But in fact, the CCP's constant import of grain from abroad in large quantities suggests an actual problem. During the outbreak of the pandemic at the beginning of last year, Chinese authorities enforced lockdowns to restrict people's mobility, so they missed the best plantation season. The big floods then hit 27 southern provinces in China in the following months, which led to no production of crops from these grain-producing base lands. Swarms of fall armyworms also damaged a large number of crops in many places. The 3 major agricultural provinces in northeast China were affected by the pandemic in spring plowing season and so on. Many factors are indeed impacting China's food production.